Welcome to Urban Country Mornings. Thank you for riding with us as you shit, shower, and shave. It is your boy Dre, it's your host Lady T, and of course the beautiful and talented Shelly speaks truth, and she's here speaking politics for us today. What's going on, Shells?
Good morning. Good morning, Lady T. Good morning,
Hi,
Greg.
Chef.
Everybody watching out there. Okay, I'm going to move through two quick updates this morning because I want to get this information out to everybody. Facebook stated they will stop recommending political groups on their platform. So if you are considering starting any type of political or civic group on Facebook, you may want to reconsider because they will not be recommending your group to their users. This is part of a even bigger agenda to limit the amount of political information on their platform. And they're looking to do this on a global level. So they will be limiting the amount of political information that is up on their platform. And they're going to start doing this by not recommending political groups. CEO Mark Zuckerberg stated that these political groups are a breeding ground for hate, and they're starting to take effort for limiting the amount of political information on their platform. Um, I don't know if I agree with this or not, but I'm going to jump into the other story really quickly, and then we'll go back to both topics. Senate majority leaders are saying that they are ready to move quickly through Trump's impeachment trial. They're looking to direct their efforts toward working on the Biden plan. And they've stated that it's become abundantly clear to them that Senate Republicans will not convict Trump. So they're looking to move past the impeachment trial as soon as possible and as quickly as possible so they can direct their efforts toward the Biden plan and getting things going with his administration. One Senate majority member, a Democrat, stated that if it wasn't clear before, it's definitely clear now that the Senate Republicans are not going to convict Trump. So as you can see, a lot of strong support still coming from Republicans for Trump. And they're saying that this trial is probably going to fall flat because only 5 Republicans joined the Democrats to even say that this trial is constitutional. So it's looking like this is probably going to fall down by the wayside, and Senate majority members on the Democratic end are saying that they want to move as quickly as possible because they don't see it happening.
That's
So,
crazy.
Lady T, starting with you first, what is your thoughts on this thing, the impeachment trial, and this strong show of support still for Trump coming from the Republicans?
Okay. Before we jump off into that, I thought you culminated two stories into one, Facebook or something.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll keep it in order. Facebook. Who knew that 4 years ago, just by the choice of this one person, would cause about so many changes? Who knew that? Facebook wouldn't have thought of this if something didn't happen to make them think of this. So in order to stop the corruptness and the hate speech, which is actually what it is. I mean, you can call it it's an apple, whether it's a banana, you know what. So you call it what it is. If it wasn't for this outgoing administration, so many new rules, which we talk about daily, which we will be for the next 3.5 years, are being changed. So I understand and I thank Facebook for doing it, but they're doing it so late. They should have stopped this. And I fell into the Kool-Aid too. I ain't lying. 4 years ago, when this person started saying, oh, Mexicans is rapists, I thought it was funny. 4 years ago, when that man said he was grabbing women by the thing, cause cause he rich, I couldn't wait to get off work and see what this man was gonna say next. But this man was very smart. Guess why? Because he had face, he had all forms of media trained on him. Free advertisement? Are you kidding me? But we wasn't smart enough to see it then. We just wanted to see what he was gonna say. 4 years ago, 3 years ago, when the man made fun of the man with the disease, that congressman, I thought, oh, who else is he gonna come at? Never thinking it would be me next. Black Lives Matter. I just free advertisement. This man got free advertisement, free. All you gotta do is say something stupid, and then you'll get your clout. How them kids say, "I do anything for clout." I do anything for clout. I do anything for clout, because that's what it's about, the numbers, and that's how he built it up. Who knew all of this would come about based on this one person? Thank you, Facebook. That's a good thank you story. Dre, you want to jump in on Facebook first?
On Facebook? Yeah, you're absolutely absurd in your opinion. Honestly, to be just quite honest, that's just ridiculous that you actually.
He didn't grab women by the foot. He didn't say that he grabbed women by the foot. He didn't say that.
Wait, are we talking about
his own mouth?
Wait. Are we talking about Facebook?
Ask Dre if he can raise his mic a little bit. It's just slightly low.
Are we talking about Facebook or are we talking about
Okay,
wait.
Bring him up to speed.
I know. I heard the whole story, but I heard what the Shelly brought, and I understand that you turned it into a Trump. You're trying to turn it into a Trump story, but the story is about actually Facebook and what they're doing, but Facebook is absolutely, they're within their rights because they can do that. They're a private organization, but what they need to do is they need to lose that the government backing. That's what they need to lose when they make this decision to be completely fair, because they are a private entity and they can operate how they want to operate. But with that being said, they are getting government protection, and they need to lose that government protection if they want to operate solely as a private company. That's all.
So the absurdity is what I said is what?
Is you turn it into a Donald Trump story?
Just thought to do this?
Is you turn it into a Donald Trump story?
So why do you think Facebook decided to do this? They just dreamed it up? Where do you think it's coming from?
75 million users that are fighting against each other about politics. That's why.
So why do you think Facebook came up with this?
Because I just answered you, because of the 75 million users. That it's not one person. And you give one person a whole lot of credit. That man is going to die soon, and we're going to still have all the problems we had in the world.
That he brought, that he started. So you don't think Facebook...
He started them, right. You're right. You're absolutely right. He started all the problems in the world. We didn't have none until he came on the scene 4 years ago. You're right.
No, he didn't start all the problems, Dre. He is the example of all the problems. They found a speaking hole to put up there.
Bert,
you know
obviously
that.
have a thing about this man. I'm starting to think you have a crush on him.
I do.
I'm starting to think so, for real.
I do.
What was the other part of the story?
Now you sound absurd.
But what was the other part of the story?
We all know. Listen, we all know this is a pen, a marker. It is not used to drive a car. Just like they said, this is an apple. You know it's not a banana. And folks know why Facebook is doing this. Now, we can agree to disagree, but I know in my soul of soul, in my heart of heart, I could not wait to get home to see what this fool was going to say next. That was me. And I'm quite sure I ain't the only one, because I'm fat as hell, but I don't equal 75 billion. It's a lot of people that felt the same way and got why this man got that free advertisement. Now, when I look at this playback, I don't care how many bullet sounds and I don't care how many booms going over my head, because I'm going to say what I got to say. This man is the one sole reason for Facebook saying we need to get out of politics, because they see that it's a breeding hole for where all those slugs was in their ground, where all that stuff was. It just came out. Evil just came out and spread it, just like coronavirus. Speaking of coronavirus, look how he handled that. Okay, your next story, baby. Go ahead. What was your?
I want to say one thing real quickly about Facebook. I personally don't think that Facebook is doing this because they care. Because the one thing that I know, no, the one thing that I noticed is that no time other than when Trump was president, Facebook went so hard to put up facts and things like that.
After they was called out for it. Thank you, Shirley. Once they was called out for it, they started saying this is not true. We all know that this man told over 30,000 lies, 30,573. This is a new job that people didn't have. They had fact checkers, but once this guy got on the scene, they had to hire more. That right there tell you something, but I'm sorry, I digress. Keep going, baby.
No, that's fine. I just find it really odd that when a lot of politicians started getting exposed on Facebook is when they want to rush to, not even rush, but they want to have all these restrictions on political conversations. It wasn't until the people started exposing the politicians that this came about. And truth be told, I mean, they started exposing a lot of politicians on the Democrat side. Yeah. When I noticed that people who are more on the liberal leaning, like Mark Zuckerberg, started to take an interest in restricting what people could say. So that's what makes it seem very suspicious to me. And I feel like it's targeting only one sector of the political argument. And that's why I can't go along with it, because I feel like if everybody's not able to say what they have to say, you're not going to have a balanced argument. So that's the reason why I don't agree with it. I don't support people spreading hate online, but a lot of this stuff I think is just rooted in the fact that they're trying to silence the opposition. That's the way I feel about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally get your point, Shelley. And it makes a lot of sense. But we cannot ignore the fact that I can't believe in my heart of heart that you don't think that this outgoing administration had nothing to do with this decision. That's just not, I cannot believe that. You have to.
I think they had everything to do with it, but I think that it's because they want to silence one side of the argument. I mean, racial groups and things like that is nothing new.
None of it is new.
Existed. Yes, these groups have existed for a very long time. So, and I don't think that this is to put a halt on them per se. I mean, they'll be a casualty of this decision because they won't be able to say what they want to say publicly, or at least if they say it, it won't be recommended for the rest of Facebook to see. But I just don't feel that their decision is based on that. I feel like it's based on silencing their political opposition.
I think it has a lot to do with the aftermath as well, more so than the before. We already know, and I keep talking about this terrorist attack, these patriot terrorists that we invited into the Capitol to just take a dump in the living room, I keep saying. Now the aftermath of that is, that's like inviting me to your house and I just totally destroyed it for no reason. Here's the aftermath. I'm trying to talk loud because again, I don't know, but I'm finna say it. The aftermath. We have so many officers with brain injuries. This is patriotism. We love you. We love the Capitol. Let's make love to the flag. Listen to the patriotism. These guys got brain injuries. These guys have cracked ribs. These guys have smashed one of them got a smashed spinal cord. These are Capitol Police, law and order. This from the law and order party. The law and order. We love black and blue. No, black lives don't matter. We ain't finna pay y'all no attention. Make it blue lives matter, because that's what we care for. You care for them? Look what you got. You got brain injuries, cracked ribs, smashed spinal cord. One officer is going to lose his eye. One officer is about to lose his eye. How bad they beat him up. Eye issues. One was stabbed, okay? Several was stabbed, but they only reported about the guy in the hospital. Who got to pay them hospital bills? Who got to pay that? Who? It's a lot of aftermath that comes about these decisions that's being made. So I'm pretty sure, I keep saying, I have optimism. We gonna get back, and we're gonna put them people back in wherever they was. The people used to be scared to walk by you and call you a nick, but now it's just common. Somebody brought this out. I'm only as good as my leader. If the leader of this network ain't about shit, guess what? Ain't nothing else gonna be about shit. That's just how it is. I mean, is that not common sense enough? Did I break it down enough?
You know what the difference is? You know what the difference is? The leader you're talking about is not a real leader. It's somebody that's voted in and can only stay that leader for actually 8 years. That's the difference. That's another ridiculous analogy. But okay.
So what you think, he should be there for life, Trey?
No, I think we should be able to have a story that sticks to the actual point of the story, because the story is about Facebook.
The story's not just about Facebook. Okay. I think he had walked away, Shelly. I don't.
No, it was a two-part story. It was a two-part story. The first part of it was about Facebook.
I asked the question. I posed the question. Because Mark Zuckerberg said that these Facebook groups were a breeding ground for hate. And Lady T is saying that the commander-in-chief, former commander-in-chief, is the reason that we've seen a lot of these hate groups sprouting up on Facebook. And, they're trying to make moves towards being able to halt some of this hatred that is being spread on their platform, but I just feel like it's not really that. It's not really. I got
news. There's been hate groups on Facebook. There've been hate groups on Facebook the whole of Obama's presidency. The whole of it.
Course.
Right. So
he was black.
And Trump was nowhere around, Lady T.
Yes, he was. Do your homework.
He was in politics. He wasn't in politics at that time. He was on TV, and everybody loved him.
I have to agree with Lady T on this one. He was there. He was there.
He started with Bertha.
He started the birther movement.
And
I just don't. I'm not one of these people that feel like, when Trump came on the scene, all this racism just came out the woodworks. I don't agree with that, because
and that's what I'm saying. I just want to make that clear. He's a product of. All of this stuff was coming around, and as soon as them slugs said, we got another slug. They raping babies. I believe that too. They started feeling free to come out. All of that black garbage, nasty, just all of that had freedom now to be represented. That's what I was saying. Go ahead, Shelley.
No, I feel like this is to silence the political opposition, because Democrats, they say things that could be viewed as hatred toward the Republicans, but we don't see this big push to start shutting people up until the argument is more so attacking the left. And that's what I don't like. I don't like for people to be one-sided. Like, if we're going to bring down the hammer on the Republicans, we're going to have to do it to the Democrats as well, because it's only fair. Neither side is completely blameless. And quiet as it's kept, a lot of liberals are very racist too. So, I mean, it's the pot talking about the kettle. And, I feel like there's a underlining agenda to this that really doesn't have anything to do with silencing hatred. because we're gonna still see it happening regardless. That's just how I feel.
Speech.
But it's just illuminated now. It's
That's
under a microscope now. Now it's just like, woo, I can just call you what I want to call you. Or I don't like you barbecuing because you're in a white neighborhood, someone called the police. Or I don't like your son brushing up against me, so I feel like he assaulted. It just illuminate. It just magnified all of that hate.
People are too
and I feel
thin-skinned.
sorry for the person who cannot see it.
People are
It's
too
The
so
media,
thin-skinned.
the media kind of magnified it though, because honestly, it's something that was going on, like very prevalently during the Obama administration, especially, and they did highlight it, but their goal was not to really focus on the racist aspect of it because Obama was a black man. And the media, I guess that didn't look very good on the country when you have straightforward, just straight up racism toward a black person. That doesn't make America look good. So that's not the narrative that they wanted to push. Now where they can attack somebody and it's a white man and they can say, oh, look at this racist white man and his followers are coming behind him. And that makes a better story. So that's just I don't know. This stuff seems so orchestrated to me, and it's abundantly obvious that this is the game they're playing. Not that any of this stuff doesn't exist. Not that I don't feel that Trump did, kind of bring some people up and I guess make them feel bold, if you want to say that. But
and those were not
didn't start with him, and the problem's not going to end with him.
Not going to end. Those were not actors. That has been bubbling up, and nobody turned the temperature down, meaning from the top. Nobody turned that temperature down to let it simmer and not bubble over. It just got more frenzy and more frenzy and more frenzy till we winded up with people dying, people with losing their eyes, people with and we should have stopped it from the first line. Just like Dre think I have a thing for Trump, I think Trump got a thing for Obama with size. From that first line, when you said, look at mine, it's bigger than he is. Look at my crowd, it's bigger than he is. Them people in them airplanes who was taking them pictures, okay, go back to the first line. Them people in them airplanes taking them pictures that's media. They was only showing what they could show. That's all. They took a picture. They're like me complaining that the people who took the picture of me calling me fat. Hell, you fat. The picture took what it saw. My size bigger than his. My size bigger than his. Period.
But question, Lady T. Do you think that conservative voices, do you think that they should be silenced? Because do you feel that everything they're saying is
not at all? No, not at all. Not at all. I'm the one that's in the middle here. Remember, I'm the one that gives credit where credit due, and I'm the one that take credit away when credit ain't due. I'm the one that make you remember that lie you told me. Remember you told me you were gonna do such and such for me? I'm that chick. Remember you said yours was bigger than Obama's? I'm that chick. Remember you said you grabbed them by the pussy? I'm that chick. Remember you said go into the Capitol and take a dump and go sit at Pelosi's desk? I'm that chick. But
outside, real quick, outside of Trump, do you think that I guess you could say the Republican Party, the conservatives, whomever, do you feel that everything that they're saying is a lie? Do you think that do you feel that there is some effort on behalf of the Democrats, since they know that they have support from liberal people like Mark Zuckerberg? Do you think that they're taking advantage of that to be able to silence their opposition?
I definitely think, and I agree, and I urge, you do whatever it takes. You take your lesson from the Republican Party. You keep telling people that this is an apple when they know it's an Android. First letter is A. That's all you got to write. You keep telling people that's an apple. That's an apple. That's an apple. After that 30,000 lie, that baby gonna say that must be an apple.
But these are adults, so you don't think that they have a mind of their own to make any decisions for themselves?
We got 70,000 people who agree with breaking and entering what a Black person know to be breaking and entering into a federal building, causing people to die. You got 70,000 who agree with that. You got 70,000. You got 7. That's your answer right there. Somebody knows something ain't right. Somebody knows something ain't right. You got people.
So that must be a very strong case of mind control if that's the case.
It is 30,000.
Because I mean, as an adult, you should be able to come to a decision. At least come make a critical decision for yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, right from wrong is all I'm saying.
But Shelly, real quick, have you ever remember those stories about the young beautiful women in New York or Florida or wherever walking the streets, and they were told when they came to this big town, LA, I'm gonna make it, and some guy pulled them and told them, yeah, I can help you, and eventually got them to thinking that they were worthless, that they wasn't about nothing, that they were ugly, and the only thing that they had to do was to sell their body in order to make it. That's called brainwashing. That's called you being told a fed a lie. This is a cell phone. This ain't not no Apple, y'all. His thing wasn't bigger than Obama's, y'all. That's lie number one. We got to go back and start erasing all of these lies. And I'm gonna keep saying it. This is a cell phone. This ain't no Apple. The man.
I just don't feel like everything they're saying is a lie, and I think it's a.
I don't feel like it either.
Yeah, I think that the media is, you know, I think that's a dangerous narrative that they're pushing to make it seem like only a certain side of the aisle is going to be truthful, because we already know that's just not the case.
I would wait and see what the other side gonna do, but it can't be. I mean, it cannot be as worse as what we've seen for the past 4 years. Starting with my thing bigger than yours. When his press secretary Pence said, period. His crowd was larger than Obama's, period. That's because somebody else had fed him and told him what to say. Now you bring it on out and you tell them. And once you put that period, that means we're not gonna have this conversation no more. That's like your baby asking you a question and you just saying period. That's the end of story. Oh my goodness, Shelly! I hate it when you never got to your second story. I'm gonna come back to your second story first thing tomorrow. Okay, and we will get with that because you know I got my fact. You know I'm ready.
I know.
Guys, I love this. I love you, Shelly. Thank you so much for bringing that to us. Way to go, Facebook. Yes, let's get started. This is a phone. It ain't not no Apple. It ain't not. And
thank you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Y'all find Shelly T.
Follow me on Twitter.
How can we reach you?
Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Facebook, and go to urbancountryfilms.com and find me there. And I will see everybody tomorrow.
Very good. All right, Shelly, we can't wait to see you tomorrow. Music is playing. When we come back, we got another story for you. All righty, this is a phone. What you got for us, Trey?
You're taking my hand, leading the way, staying the night. Looking at you, making your moves, there is no silence. I wish you'd never let go. All this moving in the zone, I'ma lose it out of control. Yeah. Looking so sweet, but you're dynamite. I just wanna dance with you. Feeling that burn, I'm not getting out. Yeah.